embrace the DIY ethos. Why is that?
Because then you call the shots and you can go wherever you want. A lot of tours we do, we hemorrhage money, but we're not going for that purpose. We're just going to experience their culture.
We've had some interesting people walking past who've been drinking the beers that we've been talking about.
I think they're more into their liquor. But,
Yes, I think so, but I saw some brown.
Commercial for Carling, probably that one. But
Yes, that's a Carling advert right over there.
So the whole DIY thing is kind of like you set your own rules and you kind of finance it yourself and you just go and do it. Whereas if you had to wait for sponsorship or someone to invite you, you're going to be waiting to the end of time. So we just take the hands-on approach and just go. And sometimes it works. It's always amazing, even when it doesn't work properly. It's always a life experience, and that's all we're doing this for, is to kind of meet like-minded punks around the world and just kind of learn about their cultures and share ours.
But that's a totally different ethos, because so many bands, even if they're not on a major label, they try and push the we're above everyone attitude, and you guys are just like, yeah, we're all of you. I mean, when we saw you guys throughout the pub tonight, you're all talking to various people in the audience, and it wasn't an above thing. You were just like, yeah, we're here to play, but
I think that's the whole thing about punk. There is, everyone's equal. There is no. I know that sounds fucking cliche and hippie, but that's what I liked about the punk scene. And that's what I like when I meet the people who play in bands of bands I listened to since I was a kid. And you meet them and they're like that. They drink with you, and if they didn't, it would change. Although it doesn't change their music, it would change my total perception of the band. But for me, it's always been like that. It's like it's supposed to be totally opposed to the whole fucking I'm above you because I'm playing in a band. Like, this bullshit. Like, that's why it's so nice. I think so easy for people to play in bands as well, because I don't feel like they have to be able to play technically good music, or they can just play what the fuck they want. It doesn't matter. Like, no one's gonna it's like, that's just do what you want. Right?
But that's something else with you guys. You don't stick to a genre. You play ska, you play crust, you play street punk. Nobody can categorize you, even though they try and call you a street punk band, but you're not, because you're just a punk band. You play all kinds of different punk.
We're a street interview punk band, I think. But
that we are, because we've got a taxi out here trying to get us.
I think someone's like booking Ubers the whole time just to see like how we react with these cars going through. Like, they got like cancellations on their account and fucking
we've got the bad location, but hey, we've got the best graffiti. We've got David Bowie. We've got the Radiohead. We've got the Queen on her stamp, and over there the hard Brexit. We can't miss any of it.
Half of it is just posters, not even graffiti, but
yeah, true.
There's probably some really good stuff behind the posters.
There's probably some proper art behind it.
Behind the Radiohead, there's probably really good graffiti.
There you go.
Yeah.
Last year, you guys played the Pride Punx. How did that come about?
A friend of ours, Tally, started the Pride Punx thing to sort of merge the two scenes, like independent DIY punk rock with kind of queer culture, and because we all kind of fight for the same things, like independence and like pushing off corporate culture and corporate takeovers, which has happened. The Pride Parade is pretty corporate. It's like, who wants to watch fucking eBay and Barclays Bank like just currying favor for the pink pound? Exactly. So she created the concept, and it costs a lot of money. So you have to apply, you have to pay for a lorry, you have to pay a license fee to be in the parade. So she started with fundraisers, and this will be the third year coming up next week, July 7th. Which is my birthday, by the way. So when we played it, it was my 50th birthday. So it was a huge occasion.
It was a huge birthday and a huge occasion to play this.
So it was, I think, one of the coolest gigs I've ever played in my life, going through central London to thousands of people, and it was really special. And hats off to Tally. She's doing it again this year. If anybody's about in London, July 7th.
Playing, I think, and they just finished here.
Poisonous Cunts. And Poisonous Cunts. Yeah, it's going to be off the charts, man. It's going to be amazing.
It's great to play in your hometown, like especially if it's like London and you're playing the centre where you never usually play punk gigs. Everyone plays outside the centre because the centre is shit.
There's nothing in the centre except the 100 Club, and you got to be big to play.
The floats from it was like kind of electronic music, dance music. So we were one of the only, floats that had actually people with instruments and amplifiers playing.
Exactly. That's the thing. When I saw your video of you guys playing, I'm like, oh my God, not only is it punk, which has had its own issues with people who are gay, but you guys are out there and actually playing proper music, guitars, instruments, and getting it out there.
Playing proper music very badly.
Didn't sound bad.
Loved it. Like people like watching the parade were just, I don't know, they just seemed relieved to see something that was real, the live drummer, and they really kind of were totally receptive and really like punching the air, and it was amazing. Yeah,
that is brilliant.
And I think the end was Trafalgar Square, right? But we ended up, the truck, the D-rig was near Downing Street, so we ended up going past was it Theresa? Yeah, last year.
Going past government. And
Yeah. People start shouting. And at the end, like fucking coppers, you need a permission to fucking demonstrate there, or like even gather, like without permission. You get, they change the laws on that.
But during Pride, it's a little different.
Next year, then there won't be a Pride Punx float anymore. So quickly it kind of calmed down.
And you guys have always stood for the underdogs, the people who don't feel like they belong somewhere. That
to me is what punk rock kind of unites people. There's loads of different types of people that are attracted to punk rock for different reasons, but the kind of underlying common denominator is, we're fucking pissed off, and we want something better. And I think punks aren't always, they're kind of typecast as being just angry, violent people, but no, I think we're just angry, passionate people that want a better world. And
exactly.
And that's what brings us together.
Yeah, we laugh and we smile a lot of times, but there's all these issues lying underneath that we shout about and we think about, and a lot of these issues connect as well. Like there's people passionate about different struggles, but if you stick together, you unite. Like a lot of stuff actually fits in really well in the punk genre, not the punk genre, but the punk politics. It comes down to like freedom and not fucking other people over, but like being able to do what you want to do without an influence of someone that says you can't do it, but just say because they say so without any fucking rationale behind it.
Exactly.
That's traditional. That's how it is. Like, and a lot of it just comes down to like fucking looking outside the box, and I don't know.
United we stand, basically. Yeah, united we stand.
Yeah, exactly. And more and more, I think because of the internet and because of social media, more and more movements are fucking like uniting together, and I don't know, you see it across the globe, like the Palestinian struggle and the Black Lives Matter. When someone gets killed like a black guy gets shot dead by a copper, like, and there's video footage, and there's Palestinians, like civil society uniting and saying like Black Lives Matter, like we stand with you in solidarity, and the other way around as well. That's the other side.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
struggle when it comes down to it.
Exactly.
And the same with gay rights and pride and a lot of stuff we stand for is. It's slowly uniting more than it was before. Before is just I think there was a lot of divisions because of maybe religious influences or society or but it's slowly getting together.